You need a light on, Anne.
Oh,
It's very
Anne seems
dark.
to do it that way for some reason.
Oh, there you go.
But then also on the South Coast, and a former Novocastrian is Deb Diggins. Hi, Deb. You're on the South Coast, aren't you still?
Yep, still down here.
You're much hairier than when we saw you last too.
Yeah, I'm in bloody lockdown. What do you expect?
That's good.
Where do you live, Jeff?
I live in a little place called, where am I? Churros Head, near,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, near Narooma.
Yeah, I've been there.
No, I
Down there.
Yeah, no, the hair has got a bit longer, Mark, I must admit.
And then we've got somebody who's halfway to the bay, which is Di Kilgannon, and Di did an initial attempt at this that we started out, and then from what I would call Jane's crew, sort of Monday nighters. Virginia, are you a Monday nighter as well?
Yes, she is.
We've got Virginia and we've got Helen Fitzgerald.
Yep.
And then a recalcitrant Thursday nighter, we have Jane Shields, who's from Toronto, and Christina. Where are you from?
Too soft, isn't it?
Christina came for a while, but hasn't been to Uke for a long time.
Oh, no, I haven't been since Canberra last year, but I was doing some private lessons for the rest of the year last year.
Cool, good.
But yeah, I live in Newcastle, and I was
Hi,
coming
Christina.
on Monday nights. Hi, Helen.
Good. And then we have an outlier from Yakandanda in Victoria. We have Linda Brown, who's being a floozy all over the place doing, just before she was on Magnetic Island, and all from her house in Yakandanda.
At 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going to San Francisco.
Oh yes, so you're going to do the Craig Chee and Sarah Maisel.
I did the last one. It was fantastic.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's all recorded, so you don't really have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So and we're still expecting some people, but we won't wait for them. It should start up.
I am here, you know, Mark.
You what?
I am here.
That's Janine Kennedy.
Yeah, well, was I waiting for? I didn't think I meant you. I think we've allocated you. So what we do is allocate to breakout groups. That's Jane. I'm allocating Jane to that one. Is there anybody else should go in there, Jane? No. So we've got breakout groups. Everybody knows John, do they? John's playing his bass while he listens to us ramble on.
Hello, John. Hi, John.
Who doesn't? Christina, you might not have met John before?
Yes, she did at the choir.
Yeah, at choir.
No, I used to I started out coming on Saturday mornings to Carrington, and John was there.
Before we started Sunday mornings.
Yeah. Very helpful, John. Thank you.
Yeah, so John's here as a teacher as well. So we'll be doing 3 breakout groups. Breakout groups. Jane will take a group, I will take a group, and John will take a group at various times during the course of the next hour and a half. And and just to give you some more fine-tuned sort of stuff. So okay, let's start with what did we say? Scale or Purcell?
Scale. Well, the scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did we schedule what breakout groups we're going to do or not?
Yes.
No, we did.
Yes, we did.
You
There's
did.
the class plan.
Oh, great, we have a class plan.
We have a class plan.
Oh, and on the back...
That must be down to you, Jane.
No, so I have a class plan I've done very, very carefully out. Eliza's not coming, Lauren Horder's not here, Simone Jolly is not here, Heather Ranclaude's not here. Oh, sorry, that would have been loud. Can we just go over the C scale, please? Just over the normal C scale, and we would really like to see your ukuleles, please. Mostly your fretting hand,
Actually,
please.
we can start with the Purcells if you want.
No, I think we go for the C scale.
So what we're looking at, folks, is this scales for ukulele and C scale, and we're going to start on the major scale, which is the top one.
Okay, Jane, was I supposed to print something out?
Oh yes. You'll have to do that right now.
Unless you've got a device that you can put things on.
Have you got another device that you can put stuff on, like a iPad or something?
Possibly.
So see,
I don't. Okay, I thought I'd checked all the emails and everything, but anyway, I'm
no,
just
it wasn't in
thinking.
an email. It was on the web page.
On the web page.
It was on the web page. It
Oh,
said print
okay.
out this repertoire, and it
Okay.
had them all bold highlighted. So
Okay. I didn't do that.
there might be some that you'll. There might be some you have. Have you got these scales from when you were in class with us?
I don't know where that would be. So
Oh,
what I
right,
might
okay.
do
It'd be easier
is
for you to.
I might actually just go for a while and go and print these out for the web page. Okay, because there's
Great,
other
okay.
things you want me to do.
The
Yeah.
link to the web
Yeah.
page is in one of the emails,
Well, actually,
though. Sorry.
beg your
the
pardon,
link,
Christina?
the link to the web page is in one of the emails that you sent.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
That's
where
the only way
where
to get into the link.
where the repertoire is though. Remember that web page that we took you to? That
I'll go up and
Yeah.
get my iPad. You guys keep going. I don't want to
That would be
hold you
great.
up. Yeah, you
Okay.
guys keep going,
Yeah,
and
get the
I'll go and
iPad.
get the the iPad with and I can look at it that way.
Awesome. That'd be
Okay,
great.
be back shortly.
All righto. So we're going to play through the C major scale, and what I want to check here is, are we all aware of tab in this group? I need to know if you can't read either of those two lines. It's okay if you can't read it. I just need to know if you can't. So you can all manage to do a C scale, and on the tab, the fret number is your finger number. So this is one, well, wrong finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not playing piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we're just going to move up the C scale and down. We're going to do it slowly because we're not sure quite what skill we've got here. Yeah. So, and I want to see your ukulele if I can. I want to see the neck of your ukulele. That would be really handy for me to see what you're doing. It's looking good. That's good. And of course, I need to get in view. There we go. Right. So we're going to start on the C note, go to the D note, to the E, to the F, to the G, to the A, to the B, to the C, back down again, okay? Now, I'm hoping we can all manage that. So, okay, so we're going to play hey John, can you mute folks? There's some folks that aren't muted there. Steph's not muted. Yeah, Deb's not muted. Okay, so we'll play that together. And C, D, I need F, G, A, B, down. We're going to do that again. I just need to be able to see that person, sorry. Right, okay, we'll do that again. 2, 3, and D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Goody, Deb's back. So, okay, that's good. Now we're going to go, we're actually going to go to Purcell's Canon. Yep. So we're going to play Purcell's Canon together.
Have you got any questions about that?
Right,
Rock,
good.
okay. Thank you, Virginia. That was a very, very good night.
Yes, that was a great no. We could see that.
Let's rip through this. So the thing about Purcell Canon is it's the C major scale, and it's just all notes out of the C major scale. The first line is purely the C major scale. The second line is notes out of the C major scale, but starts at a different point, and the same thing pretty much with the bottom.
Okay. We'll
one.
do it as a round. Mark and I will do it as a round, but you can start with either of us. You can do 1, you can 1, 2, or you can do line 1, 2, 3. So you can do all. You can start with line 1, then go 2, then 3, line 1, then 2, then 3, or you can just do line 1, or just do line 1, 2. We need to look at who does what.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we'll start this together.
Do you want to look at that half and I'll look at this half?
Sure. Okay. Great. All right. So starting 1, 2, 3 now. Up to the 7th.
You're going on to the other bits if you can.
Two, three.
One more round of it.
Right, so okay, just to check in with folks, there's put up your hand if you can't manage part 3s. Just put up your hand to the screen so we can see you. Hand to the screen, can't manage part 3.
Good.
Right, cool.
And that's not actually an issue.
No, it's not a problem. We just need to get people's. We're just trying to.
That's why we're looking at fingers. I can see, like Christina, I can see that you're understanding the C scale and you're doing that, and that's all you need. Not being able to do part 3 is much more about just practicing and dexterity, and so it's not. At this stage, we just want you to understand the C scale, and pretty much I can see that. Did you get around that, Deb, at all?
You might need to unmute Deb.
I've unmuted you, Deb.
I said I'm just on your webpage at the moment because I can't get the iPad linked. I'm down in the dungeon, so I can't get it onto the Wi-Fi.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'm just trying to go on the sum of the parts.
Yeah, go to the sumoftheparts.com.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, and no, the sumoftheparts.com.au / improvising Bilbies.
She could just go to private.
No, but then you have to go searching for all the different.
She
parts.
doesn't need the songs. All she needs is the scales, circle of fifths.
Right, aren't they?
Improvising the Bilbies.
Improvising
No,
Bilbies.
okay, you're right.
Anyway, you guys keep going. I'm not going
Okay.
to hold the whole class up. I should have
Bilbies is spelled
I've got it.
B-I-L-B-I-E-S.
got it. I'm just
Improvising is with an S, not a Z.
Okay.
Away you go.
Scales and chords.
Okay, now this is just, sorry for this preliminary stuff, but we're just trying to work out what we're doing. So now we're going to go to My Girl. We're going to play My Girl. Now,
Yeah.
you don't need to do the riff. But while we're starting on this, you can just do single chord thumb strums. If some of you can manage the C pentatonic already, I know there's plenty of you that can. And just leave it a bar and then do it again. Some of you might be able to manage the C pentatonic, the F, that's possibly, that's aiming well above, but
Deb, I put the link in the chat as well
So,
to you
James.
directly.
so,
Chat's down the
but
bottom.
what I want you to look at, particularly for the first half of this song, is the collection of chords that we're doing, and getting your ear familiar with that sound, because that's our pentatonic, and that's what we're going to be working on a lot this week. So, okay, so we're going to start together. We're going to do
Jane, can I just ask about the fingers?
yes, but not yet. But use basically your fingers.
Finger to fret rule? You don't do
Finger
that?
to fret. The second fret is a second finger, third fret, third finger. But we will get there to that. We're just playing a song that is using that C pentatonic. So we'll get there. Do finger to fret after this if you want. Okay. So we're going to just play this song. You can play chords, it doesn't matter. But what we're training you is your ear right now.
If you
Okay.
can do the pentatonic and the riffs, if you can do the C pentatonic, then do it. If you can do the F pentatonic and you can leap between the two of them, do that, because this helps us just sort of see what the breakout groups are like as well.
Yeah, we're just trying to work out which breakout group you belong in. Okay, so we're going to start on the C pentatonic. A 1, a 2, you strumming through 3 and
C.
I've got sunshine
F.
on a cloudy day.
F.
And
C.
when it's cold outside,
F.
I got the month of
C.
May.
F. C. No pentatonics now. D minor, F.
You say,
C. D minor,
make me feel this way, my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy
C.
me.
F.
I've
C.
got a sweeter song, baby,
F.
than the birds
C.
in the tree.
F. C.
I
minor.
guess
F.
you say, why can't
D
you
minor.
make me feel this way, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, my girl. I think we'll stop there if that's okay. Great, that's good.
I'm
That's,
wondering if we break into the breakout groups now for the pentatonics.
so do I. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. And we also have to reassign people in those breakout groups. Okay, I was seeing Jane Shields, Helen, Leslie, Janine. Were you managing the C to the F? No, not Janine. Were you doing C and F or just C?
Jane Shields was doing C and F. I saw
Jane
him.
was doing C and F. Helen was doing C and F. Leslie was doing C and F. Sue Dunks was doing C and F. Virginia, I didn't quite catch you because you're on the other side of the screen for me. Were you doing C and F?
No, I was just doing the C.
Right, that's okay. That's good. Okay, so we got to change our groups around a little bit.
Whoops.
And that is that.
Uh,
Actually, it's not too. Sorry, that was
Jane,
Leslie.
what did you want to do with?
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes,
Sure.
please, Sue.
I didn't understand. Are you going from the C pentatonic up to the F pentatonic?
Yes.
In the song, you are doing that. Yes, that's the riff.
Right. So each time we go from the C chord, we do the whole pentatonic in between before we go to the F.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've got the speed for that, but I'll give it a go.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's more about understanding.
It's more about knowing that stuff. Okay, can you
Yep.
change Shields into the top group? We'll leave put Linda.
Sorry, talk
Linda,
amongst yourselves. We're
Linda-
just talking amongst
Linda
ourselves
goes
at the
with
moment.
John. Linda.
Hello, Virginia. It's Jane.
To see you, Jane. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Haven't seen you for a long while.
No. We've been kicked out of the hospital. I don't think we'll get back there for a long time.
I know that's very sad, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
How's things going up there?
yeah, it's an interesting place to be right now. I don't work in the thick of it, but we all have our temperature checks before we start work. The other day I drove into the car park and they scan you as you go into the car park and I had the heater on. And my temperature was like 37.8 on that cold yesterday morning. So they dragged me out of the car and
I've got a friend who works over at the MARTA and they get temperatures taken every morning too. And hers was like 37.2 or something one day and she said, I'm menopausal.
yeah.
So that was okay. They let her go.
They said to me, Madam, could you please pull to the side and get out of the car? Like, yeah, anyway, that was interesting.
Oh dear.
As long as we're all keeping well and safe and
That's right. Yep. We've all been good, I think.
Sorry, folks.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to accept an invite for the breakout groups. John, you are going to do the pentatonics. You're going to, this is going to be a good 10 minutes of working on the C and then the D, do you think?
I think so. If we
Yeah,
get there,
C and D. Now, depending on the skill of your group is how far you get with that, okay? And also outlining the finger to fret rule. So it's a C, D pentatonic, finger to fret rule. And of course, with the D, if you're getting far enough, it's how to do E, F, G, etc.
and if 10 minutes sounds a bit long, so anything from 8 minutes. If you want to leave your group, then I mean, basically you can end the breakout group by just and saying.
And we'll come.
Yeah.
We'll come in.
All right. So we're going to do the breakout groups now.
I'm in the bedroom, aren't I?
Oh no, I thought I was going in there.
Are you with? No, Jane. That's me.
Yeah, I know that's you, but that's your phone.
Oh, okay. Righto. You going to do that one? Yeah. Okay. Righto. So I've got them. Yep. Right on. So. All right. Sorry about this. We're just trying to get used to what we're doing. So Sue Dunkley, you should have accepted. Okay. I should have Ann Wilson, Helen, Jane, Leslie, Sue Dunk. Right. I should have 5, which looks about right. Awesome. Okay. So you're the folk that have a little, quite a good understanding of your pentatonics. And so what we're doing with you is you don't need to know that this is... Actually, let's answer Helen's question now. Let's answer your question on the finger stuff, Helen. Ask away.
Well, just, yeah, which fit, like...
Bugger, hang on. You've unmuted. Go, Helen.
Okay, so assuming second, third,
Yeah.
and then do you just move it back?
You know what I do? I use a pinky.
Okay.
And I knew that was what your question was. Because I wondered the same thing when at first.
Okay.
I thought, what am I doing?
Right.
Now, I use the pinky, and that's okay. You can move the third back if you prefer to do that. Okay, so what we're working with you folk is you know your C pentatonic and your D pentatonic, but what perhaps you haven't got control of yet is tone on that stuff. For instance, when I play a C pentatonic, I leave all 3 fingers down, right? I don't take them back off again. And the reason I do that is so they keep ringing nicely and I get a really nice, it's called legato, a smooth line. So I want you to practice your pentatonics with, and come back down. And I want you to try using a pull-off for coming back down. So you're going up. Oh, sorry. And then you pull. You play the string once and you get all those notes. So for you, it's about the flow of notes that you need to practice. Now the pull-offs is not so important because the pull-off is not really good in some songs because you want it to be more smooth. But I want you to have a smooth line. You keep playing that pentatonic for another minute. Going up and down. And now I want you to also use the G string. Second fret, like if I'm coming down, you just do second fret open. And that's just starting that pentatonic. Okay, so you can also do that. So that's our C major pentatonic. Keep playing that if you don't mind. I know it's boring. I just need to see your fingers. Okay, Sue Dunkley, you're taking your fingers off too soon. Okay, so yeah, I want you to go back to, don't worry about the pull-offs, but
You
go back
you
to,
want it on the G string, did you say?
yeah, you can do the G string, but in your case,
I
actually,
got,
can I take you back to the C string? I want to see you do this. I
yeah.
want to see you leave all fingers down and then take them off. Put your neck in screen view for me. I need your
Oh,
neck.
sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, love. That's all right.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll just mute you because I can see how you're playing just from looking at it, you know. Oh, so much better, Sue. Yep. Little crawly, little crab crawling. Leslie, I could do with you being a little close to the camera, to tell you the truth. Thanks, love. Yeah. Okay, Leslie, same with you. Don't pick your fingers up, so I want your fingers staying down. Keep your fingers down. After you've played that D note, you keep them down. You don't pick them up again. Okay, now we're going to move on to the D scale because we can with you guys. Now the D major pentatonic starting on the D note with the first finger. Third finger is the E note, which is the 4th fret. F sharp is the first finger again. Pinky is down on the 5th. I want you to use your pinky in this class. And there's your top string. Now, same rule applies. I want you to do that D scale going up and down, but particularly up, with at least 2 fingers down on every time. It's called keeping contact with your strings.
Excuse me, Jane.
Yes,
Can I just
Jane?
confirm it's this one here, the second one, down on this sheet?
Yes, D major pentatonic. Yes, thanks, Jane.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
fine.
the one that it says finger 1 3 1 4 1 4. Finger 1 3 1 4 1 4. Just going to mute you. Right. And so have a little noodle on that. And remember, just like you're doing, Leslie, you keep your fingers down as much as you can. You're doing it, Leslie. Nice, I can see it. Nice, Anne, that's good. It makes it different, doesn't it? Now, and your thumb needs to be up on the second fret, right? Like behind your first finger. Yep, that's better. That's better. This is the same as the previous one. You can play that 1, 2 on the G string as well. So, right. Now, the next thing, so you guys have got your pentatonics, so that's really easy for you. But the next thing that's really tough for you, if I can say that, is what the flip do I do with it, right? You know, you've got that, but what the hell do I do with it? I'm supposed to just pull a melody out of my ass, you know? And that's what's tough about improvising, you know? So I have a little rule about it. No, we have little guidelines. We're going to go over with them with a big group. But, oh, Sue, what's happened to you? Oh, good. But it's finding that melody. And to tell you the truth, there's no easy path for that. Except sometimes I like to start on, the first thing I want you to do is sing and play with yourself and start on a D. If it's a song in the key of D, which we will do today, start on a D. Start on that safe D, you know, the root of the chord, we're in the key of D, and go, and for instance, you wouldn't jump an octave, you wouldn't jump even 5, you know, you have to climb down that pentatonic. But you can come back up it again. You know? So think of it as a smooth going up, going down. And to tell you the truth, the note that you stay on depends on the chord that's being played. So you can't tell now what's happening. You can't tell where you should stay because you haven't got the chords behind you. But what I want you to practice now is moving up and down that scale. Not as a scale, but as a little like da-da-la, 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 da-da. You know what I mean? Is that clear? Hope so. Okay, stop in there. I'm going to give you some practice. I'll play a song for you. Another little trick of the trade is to have, which most of you are doing by the way, is to have your knuckles parallel with your neck. So the other guys are going to need a bit of time to catch up with us. So what we're going to do is have a little practice on D. I'm going to play what's known as 1-6-4-5, a doo-wop song. And so now you're going to improvise to my chords and trust your ear. You don't need to keep moving. You stay. You might decide to... You might stay on notes because of the chords I'm playing, that it works nicely with the chords. So we'll just do this for a few minutes until the others are ready to come back to class, to the main group. So I'll be... and play in time with me, time and tempo, you know, not too fast. Da, da, dee, da, da. be super mean, because I'm not enjoying. I'm a bit worried about Leslie and Sue Dunkley's hand, your right hand there. So I'm going to ask everybody to do this. You're going to do that exercise because I can see you bracing it, which is totally fine, okay? Bracing it is fine and using your thumb is totally fine. But I want you to also be able to use your first two fingers. So now you're going to do that exercise with only your first two fingers. It's all right if you need to use your thumb occasionally, but just I want you to use those guys as well. Yeah, that looks nice, Leslie. That looks good. Okay, same with you, Sue. That's looking good. Okay, we're going to do that exercise again. 1, 2, 3, and... On the count of 5, 4, I'm going to go back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. You're back on your C pentatonic. Going to end this meeting now. That's looking good. Hey, Leslie, there's one more thing I'd like to say to you. Okay, where's the camera? Right, this is your... I exaggerate. Okay, I exaggerate. This is your strumming hand. I'm not sure if you've got a problem with your strumming hand, but I'd like it to be like that a bit more straight. Yes, yes. So rearrange your position a little bit. Yes. Drop your right shoulder a little bit if you can, Leslie, too. Fantastic. Great. I'm a bit worried we've got a text from someone that's not here.
Oh, it's because I texted them all.
All right, it's just she's saying she can't. You talk.
Okay, cool.
We're back.
John, you're
We're
back.
good.
Hi, how are you? Good. Where did you get to, John? What was your task?
So we talked about the pentatonic, the C pentatonic, but they were all over that. We talked about the D pentatonic, and we got through that pretty quick. So we started talking about how you can move the shape all the way up the neck, and it becomes each of the scales.
Great. So what I think we should do now?
Oh, I forgot to do that.
No, is that we play My Girl now. So people can just quickly practice. Jane is bored with My Girl.
No. I think that's too tough. I think we stick to plan. Because it's about improvising.
Yeah, but I think we just go through My Girl so people can just consolidate that knowledge, at least in my group.
And John, is there anybody you need to move up? Because are you okay with the various skill levels in your group?
I think we should do it later.
I think everyone's okay for me anyway. If they get bored, then they can talk to you about it.
Yeah, and what I forgot to mention with my group, hey, how good am I not, is that we start there on a D note. That's our D pentatonic. That's actually a D blues. And then we move it up 1, and we've got an E flat pentatonic. Move it up 2, we've got an F. Sorry, we don't, we have an E. Move it up to the 5th fret, and we've got the F pentatonic. But I must admit, a lot of you knew that
let's
already.
play through the song.
Okay, right.
And I'll go, well, I will be saying open pentatonic to 5th fret.
Okay.
And John will be doing that closely. Do you want to do the chord? You're doing the chords.
Okay, right.
Yeah?
Yep.
So John will play the pentatonic, but we won't hear you. We'll go open to fifth, and after the modulation, we'll do second fret pentatonic to the seventh fret pentatonic. So that's C major pentatonic, and the first time through it's C major pentatonic to the fifth fret, F major pentatonic, and then it's D major pentatonic on the second fret up to the seventh fret, which is G major pentatonic. Did you want to add something, John?
No, I think that's all fine. But let's make sure we go nice and slow as well.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That I was just about to say we need to be very slow with this. This is not, this is tough stuff. It's not really, easy. But it's so that you learn the pentatonics. Don't worry if you can't quite manage the pace.
Can I start? Yes.
A two. A
Just
one,
the C
two,
major
three,
now.
and-
Just the C major pentatonic. I got C major to the fifth fret now, F. On a cloudy C major.
Sorry.
John's doing the pentatonic, F. Oh yeah. C, open. When it's cold outside, F. I got the fifth frets of C. F. And now it's chords, please. C, A, D minor, guess. F and G. C, what can D minor? F, G. Now you can do a little C major pentatonic here if you want. Filler. Talking about my girl, G. C, major pentatonic. Fifth fret. The B's and C, open. Fifth fret. C, open. Fifth fret. C, open. Fifth fret. Now chords again. C, D minor, guess. F, U, G. C, D minor to F to G. C, my girl. F, G. Now it's just a C major pentatonic while we wait for the modulation. C, open. C, open. C. And keep going with that. C, woo, to the fifth fret. Hey, 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 C. Open to the fifth fret. Now go back to the chords. D minor to a G to an E minor to an A7.
Now we're on D to G.
Second fret pentatonic. Seventh fret. Second fret. Seventh fret. Second fret. Second fret. Seventh fret. Second. Now chords. G and A. D. E minor. G and A. D. G. A. And now just second fret D major pentatonic. Just hang around there. Hang around there. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Talking about my girl. I've got an idea.
Okay, can you
Keep going with it. Yeah, keep on the D for a sec. Just looking. Sue Dunkley. John, could you please, Sue Dunkley, you keep doing the D major pentatonic, but mess it around a bit and hold the notes a bit longer. John, can you unmute Sue? Maybe you can't.
I can.
No, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh. Go, Sue. Oh, that'll do. Can't hear
we
it.
can't hear.
Good. Okay.
All
Now
right.
Just go back to what we're doing.
Yes. Diatonic. Just briefly.
Oh, yes, we've got to talk about that.
Yeah, just
So,
diatonic brief.
can I? May
Yeah,
I?
but can you be brief? Yeah?
I'll try.
Yeah.
Um,
Try and be brief.
So, the circle of fifths, the evil circle of fifths, that looks very confusing. Deb, you're probably not got it, haven't downloaded it, the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is like the periodic table.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very
Of
confusing.
music. Yeah.
You need to remember all 180 elements for the HSC exam in chemistry. So that song, My Girl, is all of the song. It goes in two keys. It goes up by modulation. But if you have a look at the C portion of the pie, which is at the top, and you look on either side of it, it's got an F and it's got the G. These are all the chords that are in the same family. Who doesn't know this stuff? Wave your hand around in the camera if you don't know it. Christina, you don't know it? Linda, you don't know this? Okay, and Jane, you're a bit iffy. Deb, do you know this stuff at all? You do, great, good. So, but Linda's looking at it, Jane's looking at it, and who was the other person that waved their hand? And Christina. Great. So, it's called the circle of fifths, but it could equally be called the circle of fourths. But, so see this, I'm going to look at you, Linda. See the C major pentatonic, sorry, not the C major pentatonic, see the C section of the pie? Yeah? And to the left or to the anti-clockwise is F. Can you see that? And you can see it says fourth going backwards. You can see the sign says fourth, and going to the right or to the clockwise is G. How many songs do you play, particularly with the Albury mob, where you play C, F, and G? Of 40 billion, right? But have a look at the chords in the middle of those pieces of pie as well. In the middle of the C is A minor. How many songs do you play with A minor when you're in the key of C? And you've got F, these are called the relative minors. The relative minor of F is D minor, and the relative minor of G is E minor. And all of these are in the same family. And there's a billion pop songs written just with that. This is like the chemical formula for very, very normal songwriting. And most songs that we do in ukulele groups are in this same family. When these songs are in this same family, they're called diatonic songs. That's not diatonic, it's diatonic. Any questions around that? Unmute and ask a question if you would like to. No.
So the reason why that's important.
Why?
Can I ask a question before you go on to that? What are country songs in that same?
Absolutely.
Very, very
okay.
So. But over the next 4 weeks, we'll show you the rules that break. But this is the fundamental Jones Home standard format build, if you like.
Of a song.
Of a song.
Yeah.
And the reason that's important in the context of the major pentatonic scale is the C major, if we're in the key of C, then the C major pentatonic scale will fit over all of those chords. Unlike in My Girl, where we switch between the C major and the F major, we don't have to do that. That's a riff. So if we're in the key of F sharp, which is directly opposite the C, if we're in the key of F sharp, you can see that the related chords are C sharp and B, and then A flat minor, E flat minor, and B flat minor. Can everybody see that? Yep. Can you see that, Christina? Down the bottom, yep. They're all the related chords in the key of F sharp. And that means we'd be playing the F, if we wanted to play a really safe solo in the key of F sharp, we'd play F sharp major pentatonic. So what do we need to know for that? For the F sharp major, we need to know where F sharp is for our first finger, which is where? So can you do the F sharp major pentatonic, Jane? And it's still one. Jane's still doing the same fingers. 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4.
But what I had to do, because it's F sharp, I had to start it on the 6th fret, because that root note is an F sharp. 5th fret is an F, 4th fret an E, E flat for the 3rd, D for the 2nd.
Did we put the chromatic scale up on the website with the Kawaii Rainbow one?
No, but we have that in that link that I've given them to.
Okay, but we should put
We
Kawaii Rainbow.
Yeah, I agree.
So we've got to
yeah.
put that up there.
Where all your notes are on your fretboard.
And Deb, can you please, and Deb or Sue Dunkley, can you please hold your ukuleles close to the camera? Both of you.
Oh, nice.
Sue Dunkley,
right.
can you hold yours close as well?
Oh my God,
I'm sorry,
Sue,
forcing.
that is great.
So you can see Sue's got hers labelled and Deb has
Same
hers
Deb.
labelled as well. They've got their notes written on there. Just
What with?
Oh, just little sticky things
Oh.
and a different colour for each note. Very impressive, Deb.
That's so you've if you know what key is and you want to be safe, you do the major pentatonic in that key. And you know that it will fit over all of those chords in that key.
Can I ask a question? It might sound a bit dumb though.
No, it's good.
Never, Jane.
So, what determines the pentatonic is the note that it starts on.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Very
you.
good. That's great.
It's a
Yeah,
good
that's
question.
perfect. Because I didn't cover that in our group. Sorry, guys.
That's
I
all
just
right.
want to say something too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here feeling like a total bloody idiot. I had time to do that, but didn't print out the friggin' sheets.
Oh well.
It doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter from here on. You actually don't need the sheets as much as you need to know your D pentatonic, your C pentatonic, and your F. So don't worry about it, because now the rest of the class, apart from a little bit more chat, the rest of the class is practice. And it's practice improvising.
Yeah.
Christina?
So, but the other ones have got different finger patterns, like 1 3 1 2 4 1 3 4.
No, I'm sorry. What are you looking at there? Show
Oh,
show-
the other
just-
scales.
Yeah.
different scales on there.
Different.
The ones that we've done are the C major scale, which was Purcell Canon,
Major.
and then but on My Girl, and the much safer. It's a much safer, but safer also means slightly more boring. Is the major pentatonic. So we've done the C major pentatonic, and then we flipped the page and went to D major pentatonic. Yes, good.
And if we wanted to do the F major pentatonic, we would start on the 6th fret, but with the same finger pattern.
Fifth fret.
Fifth fret.
Fifth fret.
Oh, I thought you said 6.
That was
Fifth.
F sharp.
F sharp.
Oh, if you want to do the F pentatonic,
It's going to
major pentatonic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same fingers, 1 3 1 4 1.
And-
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Just to test you, Christina, if we were doing something in the key of F, what are all the related chords for the key of F? Have a look at your.
F major, F7, D minor,
D minor, and
Yeah.
what else? Other side of it.
C,
Yes.
and B flat.
Yes.
Good.
And G minor and A minor. Does anybody not understand that?
I've lost my sheet. Sorry.
That's all right,
Good.
Christina.
So what's next, Janie?
So what we're going to do now is
Is
we're going to
this-
look at 4 strong winds. We're going to play that in C for you, and you are going to improvise. Now, you know what notes you can use. You can use a C pentatonic. Okay. But what's more important is, firstly, you need to know what notes you can use. But now you've got to be a little creative with that. You've got to use it in a way that is interesting. So you don't want to just go, right? I'm just going to get in front of the camera, hon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You need to be doing something a little bit more. You need to be doing something more melodic. Like, for instance, you might link 3 of them. You know, you might, or I'm doing, so you need to start linking them and flowing between the notes. So, and what creates the best, and you need to sit on notes occasionally. And the note that you sit on is usually dictated by the chord that you're playing. So on a D minor, it's pleasant to sit on a D minor note. On a G7, it's pleasant to sit on a G or even an F. So, not that that's in the pentatonic, but anyway, a G. So you need to start using your ear, listening to yourself. You know what notes you're allowed to use, but now you've got to make it interesting. And that's hard, believe me, that's hard. So we're going to play 4 strong winds for you. You're going to noodle around. We're not going to sing much of it, you know, because we're going to give you heaps of space for noodling on this and getting your flow happening.
Just tidying up your jumper.
Okay, please do.
So we've recorded a bunch of songs. I don't think we've told you the web page for it yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
So we've got a web page with songs that we played the other day with Elliot, our nephew, and you can play along with those at your leisure. They're on YouTube, and we'll send you that link after this class. This class is being recorded, and we will send you that link after we've uploaded it and downloaded it. And
well, let's not do the homework yet.
No. And the other thing is, did you read about, maybe it's not on, I think it was, did you read about the original sound setting for, and Steph, did you get that done? So that's something that you've got to select. And that will help with us hearing you. So it'd be nice to have the occasional solo. And I think Jane Shields might be the first good candidate, would she?
Yeah, but let's get playing, huh? We need
Okay.
to get playing. Can I get in the camera,
you can
please?
now.
Right. Okay.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
This noodling is just on the C pentatonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. Because we're doing 4 strong winds, which is a C diatonic. Never leaves the key of C. You can actually use the F and the B note too if you want. They're just from the major scale. They're not going to be as safe to use, and you can also go up the neck, but you have to sort of know your notes up there a bit. So you're going to noodle. I'm going to play the song for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. I could go working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. 4 strong winds.
Christina, do a bit more improvising. Don't play the chords. Just do C major pentatonic. We're watching you. Everybody's watching you. Listen to the sound of what you're playing. Does it sound nice or not? unmute and can we hear what you're doing? Well, we'll try and see if it works.
We'll give you. We'll all have a listen to Jane. And
Ready?
Yeah, you're going.
And-
We're playing. Okay, we'll stop there.
I tell you what, I like that little da 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 that you do, Jane, occasionally. That's really nice.
Thank
Made
you.
possible because you're using your first and second finger rather nicely.
Have
there.
you a Spanish guitarist, are you? Have you learnt on guitar, that sort of stuff, Jane?
No, never.
Oh, really? But you're just picking with your fingers. That's okay.
Yeah. Is that okay to because I find it's a bit easier to maneuver. Is that okay?
No, we covered that in
did
our.
you?
Yeah,
Right, I'm
I
sorry.
suggested that you use it occasionally when you
Damn.
need to. Yeah. Can we? That was really nice. That da 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 da. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When I say that da 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 that you do it about every. It's really nice. It's a repeating phrase that you've got. That's really lovely.
And that's repeating phrases are really great
Very useful.
for
Says John, madly shaking his head, nodding his
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost all compositions are based off those sorts of things, those motifs. You'll often see like the most awesome of orchestral pieces are based off one motif like that, one or two motifs, and then it's just developed. And that's one of the best ways to do a solo. You find one little thing and then you do it over and over, changing it a little bit every time.
What about this? What about this little piece, this motif?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Oh, I'm so excited to be doing this.
That's so awesome.
Do you know what that is?
What, me? Oh, you're talking to me? Yeah, yeah. No, that's exactly right.
Yes, I
Jaws.
think we should do another
Can
person.
we
Sounds like
just-
Jaws.
It was Jaws.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do a little demo for us?
Sue Dunkley does. I can see it
Great.
all over her face.
Who does? You're going to relax, Sue. You're going to be nice and so slow and languid, and you're not going to be worried.
And this is actually giving birth to a new genre of music. It's called out of time Zoom music.
Actually, we time up with you. Don't you worry.
Oh no, I don't think.
We did then with Jane.
I know, but then you don't know what's going back out.
1, 2, 3, and.
Oh! Sue,
Sue, you're playing the blues,
you're
darling.
playing the blues. You were doing a third fret there on the wrong string.
You're playing the
Oh.
blues.
What do
No, don't get me wrong, you played mostly pentatonic, but every now and then you'd chuck in an E flat and it was really obvious.
And the slides were really
The
great.
slides were really nice, which is what we're going to talk about today too.
very flat?
E flat fret on your C string.
Isn't that right?
No,
Or
not
C?
third fret of your C string,
I think
second
she's
fret of
doing
your.
I think she's doing the blues scale there. The
Remember this
minor
is-
pentatonic.
Oh, maybe I am. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not to say it didn't work though. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Thank you, John. It's very nice of you.
Such a nice boy. So, the really hard thing, what we're going to move on to next, the really hard thing about improv is the expression. I call it the acquisition of feel. It's the feel. Do you feel it? Are you in the pocket? Are you expressing yourself? That stuff's really hard and it takes years, and some of us never get it. So there's ways to make your expression better. There's the thing about time.
Sue did those slides just then. That was
Exactly, yeah. Which brings us on to Sue's slides. But firstly, just let me go in my order, okay?
Yes,
I'm
sure.
I'm one of these people that has to do it in order. Firstly, there's the timing of when you come in. Okay, it's when you come in. That's actually really powerful. If you hold off a bit, it creates a certain tension.
That's what you mean. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, keep going.
Then there's tempo. Tempo, I think, is super important, and I've had that from other teachers too. That tempo, that means playing in time with your with the piece, right? So, Mark, can you get on a uke? So if a piece is really slow, okay, just don't worry about it. The moment's gone. But you want to play in. Just the uke's just there. Just pick up a uke and don't play in time with me. Don't play in my tempo.
You want me to improvise?
Yeah, but not in tempo with me, yeah?
Okay.
Too fast or too slow?
Doesn't matter.
That's in time, folks. That was in tempo.
Okay. I don't understand. I'll play what you want, and you can demonstrate what you want.
Yeah, I'll demonstrate, okay?
I don't know if any of you have been exposed to our patented form of teaching,
Okay,
which is
just
called
do something nice and slow.
domestic disharmony teaching method.
In C or something. Give me something in C. Oh, and in tune, but anyway. Don't worry
Shut
about
up,
it. It
John.
doesn't matter. We're moving on. We're moving on.
No. Come on.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, you
That
get
was
the point.
really great. I thought that was fantastic. John, did you think that was really good what she did?
It was very like avant-garde. It's like playing this new kind of soloing live, you know, the out of time Zoom soloing, but you actually are doing it together. It's very impressive.
It was good, Dane. You didn't demonstrate your point at all.
I thought that was rubbish, guys. It was rubbish. All right, don't listen to
You
these
should
two.
do more rubbish.
Oh dear.
And then we're going to talk, maybe we're going to play another song now, but we're also going to talk about the 4 really important things. There's also, firstly, there's 4 really important things. Hammers. Oh, sorry. That's a hammer. We're going to go over this in a group. Slides. Vibrato, which is a sideways movement.
Good.
Bend. Bend in the strings. Sorry, it's hard to...
Very, very hard to do on an 8-string.
Exactly, the strings are so tight. And a pull-off. So they're all nice little techniques. Now, every week we're going over those techniques. I just wanted to flag them out for you.
Sue Dunkley is taking the slide one
Right.
for us, the slide breakout group workshop.
So now we're going to play another song, and then we'll break into groups where we get a little bit more focus on what those 4 things are. The vibrato, hammer, pull-off. Sorry, 5. Vibrato, hammer, pull-off, slides, bends. But let's do another song. This time it'll be in D because we've all learned our D pentatonic, haven't we, Mark?
Yes.
Yes, we're good.
Totally.
We're on D. We're going to do
2nd fret pentatonic.
2nd fret pentatonic. We're going to do, yeah. Do you think that's going to work? Like that? Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it. Can't do it as good as John.
Yeah, okay. We'll just do it normal. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah.
No, we're not, John, unfortunately.
Did you say the D minor pentatonic?
No, major.
Major. That was the mistake I made with the other one. Yeah.
Exactly, and we're not doing any minors today. It's all major.
This is Harvest
Okay,
Moon.
thank you.
Did we say Harvest Moon yet?
Well, it doesn't matter for them, but
All right.
we're doing Harvest Moon. If you looked at Harvest Moon, apart from some D6s and D major 7s, it actually completely stays in the key of D. So that's why we can use the
So
deep
you don't
pentatonic.
need to look at the music.
You don't need to look at the
You
music.
do not need to know what the chord changes are. You need to feel the changes.
And you need to use your ear. Just, yeah? And you're going to improvise on this song in D major pentatonic. 1. Do you want to do that? No. 1,
No.
2, 3, and.
Come a little bit closer. Hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. I think we should take a solo from John.
No, I'd like one.
No?
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
I'd like one
just to
from
demonstrate
Virginia.
maybe. Okay, Virginia?
Yeah.
A7. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Virginia, are you gonna take a solo for us?
Oh, not. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unmute. Yeah, great. We're all
Unmute,
going to listen to Virginia.
I'm still on the D for a sec. I just not that me. So try and just get we're going up to the E minor 7. Go. Can't. Yeah, she's not coming through.
Sorry, we're not getting you through.
Oh. Keep going. Go. Get a bit closer to.
Get closer to the
Closer to the
microphone.
microphone.
There we are. Okay, we're all going to play now. We'll keep playing. That's nice, Virginia. Only bits of you were coming through, unfortunately.
I'm still in love with you. Let's go to the chorus. A7. Because I'm still in
Keep improvising, guys.
love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Let's finish up and have a little chat.
We're breaking into groups.
Are we?
Yeah, expression.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it a little bit.
No, that'll
Okay.
do.
Finish here.
So we're going to do some stuff on expression now. John, can you give us an expressive face while you're soloing?
Shall we give you some? Can you unmute?
Yeah,
Unmute,
Go.
and we'll give you some background music.
we'll do the same song.
2,
Go, John.
3,
Yeah.
in D.
Okay, cool. So, Virginia, what I saw you doing was looking at the music. Is that right? Sort of thing? Yeah. So you've got to learn all this stuff. I'm talking to everybody. You've got to learn where your fingers need to automate so you can get really good faces like John was only ever so slightly getting then. Because what we know that you're being creative when you go like this. When you're staring off into space, not going like this.
But Virginia, I must say, I was quite impressed with your bar on the second fret.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Wasn't sure if that was allowed or not.
It's totally
Absolutely.
allowed, and it's Mark's go-to. He always uses a bar. Yeah, you do. It's quite and it's a good thing to do. Yeah, because it means you can never hit a bum note.
Okay, let's go to the.
So we're going to go into our breakout rooms, and John, what we're going to talk about, we're going to demonstrate hammers, pull-offs, etc., vibrato, slides,
But
bends.
we've only got a few minutes, really.
Yeah, we not long. Well, I'll call us back because I forgot that I'm actually the main person here. Oh, have you done breakout rooms already, love?
Yeah, it's the same ones as last time. Close all rooms. No?
No, I'm just trying to turn them off and put them on.
Yeah. No, it should. Can you join them? Are you guys able to join? Yeah.
Not joined. What's happening?
Oh, John must have done it. No? Did you do it, John? No?
Breakout rooms apparently in progress. Ah, okay.
Has somebody not left?
What do we do?
Has someone been stuck in the breakout room the whole time? Oh, God.
Oh, no, what's happened?
I don't know.
If I go down the bottom and click on breakout rooms, it says I've been assigned to a breakout room, join breakout rooms. So I think
Please, can everybody join the breakout room?
I didn't know you've got breakout rooms.
Sweet. You should be able to close them, Jane.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to close the rooms and then open them up again. Yeah, you're right, John.
Oh, no.
Don't worry.
Everyone's already on their way.
This is really... Maybe it wasn't. Okay. Sorry, this is going to take 51 seconds.
Oh, we did, because we didn't close it before.
Oh, that's my fault.
Right, you didn't close it. We just came back.
Yeah, right. Okay, got it.
I hope nobody was left out there.
No, everybody was accounted for. God, I hope so. Okay.
Just imagine. Oh.
Don't laugh about it.
Everybody.
We were in the breakout room. Deb and I were in the breakout room waiting for you. Down the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's gone now.
Don't worry, we're going to call you into the breakout rooms again. I just made a mistake by not closing them.
We were there, weren't we, Deb?
Yeah, we're only there for 43 seconds though.
Oh, phew, thank goodness. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now I'm going to be able to put you back in the breakout rooms and we'll be, oh God. You know, you think you know the technology and then you go, nope. Okay, now accept and go. All right. Goody. So we're going to be talking about expression. Firstly, let's do hammer. And I think a lot of you know it. The easiest one to hammer, is on that C string with your rude finger, yeah? Actually, I'm going to change ukes because it's actually hard to get expression on an 8 string. So it's a hammer. Let's do what Sue did. She did a lovely slide. Now for slides and hammers, you've got to use strong fingers. First, second, maybe a third. Sometimes I will ask you to hammer on a pinky, it's harder. Now there's pull-offs. Play me a C note and then pull it down so that you get your A string ringing. That's a pull-off. So the movement is lateral. Yeah, that's good. So now you're going to hammer and pull off. So Helen, get that? I can see your hammer's not really effective. Like you got to use the tops of your fingers, not use the real tops of your fingers, real hard. Yeah, that's good, Jane. And now play the open string. Play the open, hammer on, pull off. 3 notes for the price of So do the whole pentatonic like that. You know what I mean? Let's hammer on the D. Let's hammer on the D pentatonic. I want you to bar the second fret. Hammer on the first note. It's actually hard for me to... I can't bar and hammer that on. And you're getting the pinky to hammer. It's really hard. The next thing we've got is... We've done a slide, haven't we? So when we're in the D, slide between your second and fourth, your second and fifth. And don't forget to slide the other way too. They're fun. Bend is one of Mark's very good at bends, and we'll be doing a lot of bends next week because we're doing the blues next week. Bending that string down or up. There's a bit of a theory that you know, in the middle you can bend it up, down or up, but when you're on the edge you've got to bend the string onto the fretboard. Those are bends. Can you see how I'm just bending that string?
Jane, with the bend, do you end up, doesn't matter whether you push up or down, you still end up with the same note of distortion?
Yeah. You know, when you're on the A string, you've sort of got to bend into the middle of the fretboard. But yeah, it doesn't matter. In the middle strings, doesn't matter. It sounds the same whether I'm bending it up or down. And now here's a tricky one. Sorry, I'm racing through it, but these are all little tools in your toolbox because we've already talked about getting clean, clear notes by keeping our fingers down. Here's vibrato. This is my favorite one. We'll do it on a D note because that's the easiest place to get it. So it's a really fine motor lateral skill. That's too big, okay? That's a bend. But a vibrato is this. It's probably hard for you to see it. I'll try it on the C string. Oh no, I can't get it there. Yeah, I can. I'm not so good on the C string. I'm better on the middle strings. Now, it's no coincidence that my thing is shaking because that's what I'm doing. I'm shaking it. I'm getting a lateral, a lateral movement. But it's not a bend. A bend is gross, is big. Vibrato is little. You see those fiddlers and violin players? They're doing vibrato the whole time. And you know what it does? It gives you sustain out of your short strings. That's why violinists have to do it all the time. Their strings are short. They need sustain. And it gives you a lovely tone. Those are all the little tools in your toolbox, among others, that you can use to sound better. So now we're going to, actually, I'm going to call in the others because I think that's time enough. I just forgot that I am the person. Oh, no, cancel. I almost ended the meeting. That would have been really good, Jane. We're going to close all rooms, bring them all back. And we are going to do four strong winds, but in D. Great. So I'll just give you a little bit of practice. I'm going to do 4 strong winds in D. You have a practice. 1, 2, 3, and... Not on the chords, Helen. You were just autopilot there. It's so funny. It's all right. It's all right. It's a lot to take in.
Did you hear the end of that, Janine? Or did I get cut off? Awesome.
We're all back. Oh, now, Mark. He'll come here. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to close them. Oh, that time I didn't have to close them because everybody came back. Right. Hey, Mark, I'm pretty sure I don't have to. Can you come look at this?
We came back because they were closed, Jane.
Ah, that's what I did. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. God. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to play 4 strong winds in D. D for dog. And you're going to use some of those expressions and so some of those tips. Don't be too busy. Use a bit of vibrato.
You can't be busy if you're using some of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Just and think about the timing. Keep your timing, but also keep in tempo with us. And you don't have to use every note. Doesn't have to be a pull off and a hammer or You just use it with a slight smattering. Those things are like a friend of mine in Canada who's just possibly one of the nicest improvisers that I know as a woman. Like she's a woman improviser, and she says improvisation is not the icing on the cake. It's the little icing sugar you sprinkle over the icing. Yeah. Yeah, it was a really nice way to put it. She said it's just that little touch. She's such a tasteful improviser. I loved it. Loved playing with her. So we're going to do 4 strong winds in D. And you're going to have a go at that.
And don't forget to just try everything. That's the main thing. Like, the more you experiment, the more you can learn and stuff. And the more you make mistakes, the more you realize what works and what doesn't. What doesn't. It's all about confidence of trying.
Yep.
Excellent, John.
Really good advice.
Wisdom beyond your years, John.
Now, we haven't mentioned that you're supposed to not improvise over a vocalist. So we will keep out of your way. The vocals will keep out of your way. But next week, we're all going to be improvising around the vocalist. Okay, because that's a really important part of the blues, is the call and response between vocals and improvising. So don't worry about improvise all over us. It doesn't matter to today, but be aware that we're going to get you to also improvise around a vocalist. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, think of. Make sure you're plucking notes. Are you plucking notes there? It looks like you're strumming. Try to be more plucky. Unless you are, maybe we just can't see properly. Still I wish you change. But we've been through this. Deb, you're sort of like, tell me what you're doing, Deb. Tell me what you're doing.
Hey, I'll turn you on. I'll turn me on.
Oh, you are on. You are on.
Okay. I don't know why I've got a habit of so what I was doing is like this.
Okay.
She's arpeggiating, right?
She's arpeggiating.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that next week.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry, what am I doing wrong?
No, it's not wrong. What you're doing is arpeggiating, so you're blocking in your chords, and
then
you're
picking individual notes.
picking individual notes out of your chords, which is a fine enough technique.
Yes.
It's an okay technique. Perhaps.
But we were asking you to do something else.
Yeah.
Deb.
But we're
okay.
trying to get you to use a bit more melody than arpeggiation.
And the pentatonic and.
So you just. What should I do? Pick with one finger or?
Oh no. Well, you can pick with any finger you want. Absolutely. It's just that what you're doing right now is more arpeggiation. There's nothing wrong with it, but we'd like you in this class and in the next class to work more on a melodic, picking it.
Using the pentatonic scale and using those bends and vibrato and things.
Yeah.
We're going to finish up now.
Okay.
With a song.
No,
Can I just say sorry? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go for it, John.
I was just going to say, the arpeggiation stuff is really good, but it is great to learn this other stuff too, so that they can be combined.
Yeah.
Like, as good as it is to solo one way, if you can use lots of different methods together, that's how the best solos come about.
I have no idea what method I'm using.
Yeah, well,
That's
try and follow the instructions that we gave you. Not because what you're doing is wrong, it's just that it gives you another tool in your toolbox. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yes, Sue.
Oh, look, could I finish this off? Because I'm in isolation, could I have happy birthday? It's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Only improvisational though.
Oh my God. Sue.
Oh, that's lovely. How old?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, very.
Well, I'm going to miss the last session of this group because I have a big O birthday coming up,
and will you be in Fiji or something?
Oh yeah, like I've got one in London and one in children in Sydney, and they were planning a big weekend away, and yeah. All right.
Now, just in regards to when you miss a class, because we record the classes and then we send it out to you, we send you a link so you can catch up the class afterwards.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, okay? So
yeah,
yeah,
not a problem.
You just
I knew that when.
Oh yeah, good.
I'm being totally left out of what's
Yeah.
actually happening, but I'm sure at this time of the evening, with a 15-month-old grandchild, it'll be chaos. Online on Zoom or something.
Okay, so we're going to play Happy Birthday for Sue, shall we?
In C,
In
but
C.
everybody please, improvising.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. Now, Rasta version. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie. Happy birthday to you. That's lovely. Now you've got homework.
So we will send you, if you're not playing ukulele, you can unmute yourself. We will send you the link for the practice resources that we've got. We've got to post up our chromatic scale as well.
Yeah, that's important for them to.
And you're in the
Bilbies.
Bilbies.
You're in the
Bilbies. I love being a Bilby.
So do I.
Me too.
And
Mind you, I do love anti-kindnesses.
There's the Facebook page. So can you submit your homework through the Facebook page? You can do whatever you like as long as you're demonstrating a C or a D major pentatonic improvisation.
Okay.
Yep. And so what happens is you put it on your Facebook page, and then we're all going to give you nice feedback. That's the rules.
Except Sue Dunkley. I probably won't give you nice feedback, Sue Dunkley.
This is a closed group, the Facebook page.
I don't know whether I can post videos. I've never done it.
It's easy. It's easy. Just use your camera. Doesn't
Use
have to
your
be good
phone.
quality. Sorry, phone. Just set your phone up in front of you. Maybe find some music. Play along to it, and then video, and then put that up on Facebook.
So you've got to put it to music.
Yes, it needs to be to music. So
Okay.
we've given you some music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
but you can also, lots of people are getting, say, a partner to play chords for them.
Oh, well, that'd be impossible in my house.
Right.
Oh, I have to go.
Find a favourite piece of music that you know is C or D, and you play along to that.